What is going on, y'all? Welcome to the Joel Friday TV podcast. I am Joel Friday. Bienvenido. Welcome to the show. A few announcements before we get started. Hit that like button, smack it. Lay the smack down and like, subscribe, and share button. Tell your peoples about the show so we get the subscribers up and the message out. Help a brother out. As you guys know, it is a talk show, and we are live Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And at any point during the show, you can call in, and we can talk about whatever you want by calling 888-775-3773, 888-775-3773. If for whatever reason you can't call in, but you still have a question or comment, or you just want to support the show, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JoelFridayTV. The link is in the YouTube description, or go directly to the YouTube live chat, hit the super chat button, send your question or comments there, and I'll read them live on air and as they come in. Okay? We are live on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So pick your poison. We are live across the board, and shout out to all the viewers and listeners on those platforms. I appreciate it, and welcome to the show. So I have a couple of topics I want to get into today. A couple. And I see some calls here. I'm going to get your calls soon as well. But there's a couple things that I want to get to. First, I want to give my a take on this Sonya Massey story. I'm not going to beat the horse because for the viewers who are coming from the Hake Report, you guys spent 2 hours covering the story. So I'm going to do my best not to overdo it for those YouTube viewers, but everybody else who hasn't seen it, I'm going to play a little bit of the Sonya Massey story. And Sonya Massey was the black lady that was shot by a cop inside her home, being accused of, I guess, getting ready to throw some hot boiling water on the cop. And the cop saw it as a threat and shot her. There's all kinds of opinions going around. I want to play a little bit of the footage, give my take on it, and we'll move on. If the Lord is willing. That's my plans for it, but God's got to cook. We got to let God cook here. So we'll see where it goes. We'll see where the flow of the show ends up. But I have some other things I want to talk about. You know, a little bit of attachment. A little bit of the order of God. And so we'll see how it goes. Anyway. So, I got this from X. I'm going to pause and play a little bit of this story of the Sonya Massey thing. So if you've seen it, just bear with me. I don't know. Just bear with me. Okay. And I'm going to give my opinion on it. So this is from X. And then I'm going to, we'll go from there. Here we go. This is her going directly into the house right out the gate. Or the cops going into her house. It's very calm. Situation's very calm right now. Nothing's crazy. Nobody is erratic. She was acting a little bit funny at the door, meaning like she was just asking weird questions, but no energy was out of control. Nobody was erratic.
Yeah, I got the sheriff department here, but I was calling for help from y'all.
Okay, are you there with me?
They're here in my house right now.
Okay, I'll let you go and you talk to them.
No, hold on, wait a second, sir.
You can hang up, Cardinal. That's good.
For what? You're there with the deputy, correct?
No, hold on, okay?
That was kind of interesting how she wanted the guy to stay on the phone. I'm just assuming here that maybe it was because she was afraid of her life at that point. Just from the story, just from the mindset of, you know, how black people view these things. It seems like she wanted a witness there. I could be wrong, but that's just what I'm gathering.
You can hang
Hold on
up.
for what?
Just 1 second, okay? I got
Yes, please hang up.
okay? Okay?
What's up?
I got some paperwork. Can you grab that Bible, please?
Yeah. Hey,
She asked for the Bible, which is another. It seems like a fear tactic. You know, like a Lord help me type vibe. I got these 2 white cops here. I'm a black woman. Hand me that Bible. I don't know for sure that's what she's thinking, but I'm just trying to put the pieces together.
I just need your name so we can get out of here. Was there any damage previous to your car?
Previous, yeah, it
Okay, what
was
was the damage?
a dent, I believe.
What about windows?
Oh, it was something that happened earlier.
Okay, perfect. What is your last name? Shouldn't have to think about your last name. You're not in trouble. I just need to attach.
Massey.
Huh?
Massey.
Do you have an ID? That'd make things so much easier. I just need just a driver's license will do, and then I'll get out of your hair.
And the cops are being real calm. They're being friendly. They're being nice. He said, I just need your driver's license. You're not in trouble. And then we'll get out of your hair, right? They have plans to leave. They're not setting up or planning this grand scheme to try to kill this black woman. That's the impression I'm getting.
I want to show y'all my paperwork.
I will get your paperwork.
What paperwork?
Okay. I got some paperwork.
Well, just get your ID real quick.
Well, let's
so I
get your
can
ID
attach it.
first, and then
She's saying stuff about paperwork. It's kind of weird and doesn't mean that she's a threat, but it just, seems like she's just kind of not all there.
One task at a time here.
Okay, let me
Here, grab your ID for me.
Okay.
Your ID. One task at a time. So let's do an ID, and then you can dig around for your paperwork.
I don't know where my ID is.
You
is it in that
have,
stack right there, maybe?
Cops are being patient. They're taking their time. They're trying to be kind and gentle with her in this moment.
1 second.
check on her.
Let me get this.
No, we don't need a fire while we're here.
Right. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Where you going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
See, away from the hot, steamy water, it was kind of a joke at first, right? Because he's just watching his back, but he's kind of laughing. And then she makes this comment.
Yeah.
Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Huh?
I rebuke you in the name of
You better not. That's where I got shoot you right in your face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, really quick. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, she says. The cop overreacts to her saying that. You better not. And he pulls out his gun here, and she says, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. You guys heard that, right? Go back a little bit. Boom, shoots her.
19 shots fired.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Drop the pot!
See if I can go up like a little bit. Will it let me? Get right this part.
Let me see.
Listen to her say, I'm sorry. I just want to show you guys that part.
Huh?
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Huh?
I rebuke you in the name of
You better not. That's where I got shoot you right in your face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop the pot!
She said, I'm sorry.
Drop the pot! Drop the pot!
19 shots fired.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Drop the pot! Bring EMS now. We got a headshot wound to the female. Headshot wound to the female. 1078.
Explaining the situation to responding officers who ask, where's the gun?
House is cleared. She was the only one.
Where's he going?
No, she had boiling water and came at me with boiling water.
You shot her?
Yeah. She said she was going to rebuke me in the name of Jesus and came at me with boiling water.
Grayson charged with murder.
You see how he was kind of defending himself there? He was defending himself there for a reason. Oh, she said, rebuke you in the name of Jesus, and she came at me with boiling water. He was defending himself, why he feels guilty. My dog can see that. The rock in my shoe can see that. And my opinion on it really quick is that, Let me just show you this last zoom in thing. It's only like 20 seconds. Hold on. What happened? Oh, I see.
So I've watched this a few times, and I'm convinced she was just trying to show the officer that the pot was empty. So I've watched this a few times, and I'm convinced she was just trying to show the officer that the pot was empty.
I don't know about all that, but just so you can see. So she did attempt to throw. I just wanted to show these little things here. Okay. So she did attempt to throw. And when he pulled out the gun, she said, I'm sorry. The point I want to make is that this. She said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Is that offensive words? Is that a threat? No. For her to go over to get the pot and be over there anyway when she should be showing her ID, I guess she asked to go look at the pot, whatever. It's justifiable for the cops wanting to just be sure and just kind of watch and see, like, what is she about? And when she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, that was stupid on her part, because why are you going to do that? Why are you going to say that, right? But it still doesn't make her a threat, right? And then when the cop overreacted, in my opinion, to her saying that, no, I'll shoot you in the face. Don't say that. That was an overreaction to her saying that. She could say what she wants, even though that's stupid of her to say, dumb. That's why I put silly crooks. Because why are you going to say something dumb like that? And you can tell she's kind of off. But the cop is Jumpy. Why? Jumpy over that, right? And then pulls out the gun. And then in that other clip, you can see that she actually attempts to throw the pot of water on the cop. Does it justify her getting shot in the head? No. Does it justify her getting shot at all? No. In my opinion, the cop was wrong here. The cop was wrong to me. And was she doing too much? Yes. She's not answering questions fully. She's over there by the pot. She's making comments about rebuke you in the name of Jesus. She didn't have to do all that. Right? But is it grounds for a gun being shown on her and then shot? No. I don't care if the water is 800 degrees. He can get out the way. That water was not about to reach them at all, period. Done. That water was not about to reach them. She was not about to throw that full pot of water on his eyeballs and he was gonna die and go blind. That's not gonna happen. That would never happen. And this lady who is look about 50, 60 ain't about to get that whole pot of water on both of these cops' head. That's not realistic. Doesn't make sense. And the cops were out of line. He was out of line. He overreacted. And so I agree with Krishan, what Krishan on the Hake report was saying about the stuff. Is it's just not grounds to shoot somebody and kill them. It's just not grounds he didn't have to pull a gun. And why was he so offended by in the name of Jesus? Oh, she's 35. Oh, okay, mistaken. Doesn't matter. She's 35. That skinny lady was not about to get that whole pot. The bigger threat would be the pot itself. But they're not even talking about the pot itself. They're talking about the boiling water. The cop said he was, quote unquote, afraid of the boiling water. That's an excuse, in my opinion. Because the boiling water, you can't move. You can't duck. And it's boiling water. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not justifiable. And to me, it's just clear cut, straight out the gate, right there. That, come on, man. He just overreacted. And that's fine. He shouldn't be judged as a a demon. Even though it makes you question why he overreacted as soon as she said, in the name of Jesus. Because usually when you say that type of stuff to the demons, they overreact. But that's not here or there. Because we can't prove that, right? But you still don't want to demonize him, put him at the bottom of the jail and stab him while he's in there like they did Chauvin and all that stuff. Like, you don't want to demonize this person, but he was out of line, in my opinion. But that's up for the court. It ain't up to Joel's point of view. It's up to the court. But come on. Let's be real here, y'all. Let's keep it real. Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real. Are there bad cops that do things wrongly at times? Yes. Are there times where cops are being blamed unjustifiably because it has to do with race and black people are accusing them to be racist? Does that happen? Yes. They both can happen. They both can exist. We don't need to take sides. And Mark and all those people who call James Show and David and all that stuff that love white people so much, beware. I like Mark and I like David. But you guys be on some crazy stuff. I don't know if you're listening. But, and that's just your opinion. And I hope it just stays your opinion. But you the threat. Because you're one-sided. And you justify things based off of color. And Mark, you stand with white people so much that you judging the blacks, thinking you're justified by it, even though you're not wrong in the points you make, but you think you're justified over this, I don't know, this white power thing. You the threat. Probably just as equally as the crime that you see the black people committing. So it's okay to be in the middle and not choose a side and say that both people are wrong or both people are right. It's okay to do that. Can we make that great again? Can we make just real great again? Can we make just real great again? And like I said, I ain't against Mark or David or none of those people, but your beliefs is a mess. What? The white power stuff ain't helping. And then you guys say you're Christians. That's not representation of Jesus. Anyway. I want to get to some calls about this, and then I'll get to the next topic. We're done with that. I'm not going to beat the Sonya thing up no more. No more Sonya. Rest in peace. All people well, even, whether bad, evil, whatever you want to call it. Wish all people well. Rest in peace. Prayers to the, I wish the cop and his family and whatever well as well. Let me go to Dennis, a first-time caller out of New Jersey. Dennis, welcome to the show. Dennis, welcome to the show. You're on the air. Hey, Dennis, could you hear me? Dennis. Dennis, can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
How's it going, Dennis? Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, wow, yeah. I don't know what happened.
I think it was on my end. No, go ahead. No worries.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so, oh, yeah, the Massey thing, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, like some women, especially like black women, right? They can have they have a sense, they have an intuition about, spirits. You know, they can almost get a feel for, people's intentions. So as soon as that lady, she started saying, can you pass me the Bible, and then she said, I rebuke you. I bet you she could just feel the demonic possession that officer had inside of him, and then when she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, you know what I mean, that the demon just came out of him, and he just said, well, now I have a reason to use my gun and kill somebody.
I think there could be some validity to what you're saying. We can't tell that, and that's not something we can prove, but based off of, like an opinion, your belief, I believe I've definitely seen in my life personally when I've said that, and I've said that a couple of times, like I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, and I've seen people react to it. So I can't disagree with what you're saying, but it's just hard to prove that that's actually true. But what's your take on officers in general? Do you think that what do you think? Do you think that officers are always this way, or what do you believe in?
No, I don't think all officers are this way.
Okay.
I've had some run-ins with police officers before, and on the real, for real, I feel sorry for that guy's precinct or his police department, because that attorney Crump is about to sue them for every penny they got. And all them guys, they probably been working there 20, 30 years. They about to lose their whole pension. Ain't that like a little town or something?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But do you think that? So, what do you think about these cops? What do you think about them in general, personally?
Cops in general.
Not all cops. I'm talking about these cops in this situation.
Oh yeah, and those cops in that situation.
Yeah.
I mean, when I look at it like, what did they do wrong and what did they do right?
Yeah.
So, I know that being a police officer can be a tough job, and if I was in his shoes and I felt that a person might be throwing hot water on me, I probably would have used my stun gun or my electric gun instead.
Yeah.
Or two, if I was, an experienced police officer, I would have known, like, hey, don't even let her go to the kitchen to turn off the stove. I'll do it myself.
Oh yeah.
That potentially that can't be used as a weapon, because there's plenty of weapons inside the kitchen, and a well-trained police officer should have known that. So it was not only was it just a mess and an incompetence of being a police officer, but it was like an evil act as well. So
yeah, man, I like they're
going to pay the toll for it.
I like your takes on that. It's a very logical standpoint, and I agree. It's definitely. There's other ways that could have went about it. Of course, we can't fully know, because if we're not in the situation, but logically, like you're saying, those things would have been better, in our opinions, of course, better ways of going about it. But I appreciate your take.
Can I ask you one more question?
Yeah, no problem.
One more question?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So I don't want to trigger you or anything like this, right? But is Trump a beta male now because he's a slut maker?
And what makes him a slut maker?
Because he was messing around with that Stony Daniels girl.
Well, we don't know that for sure.
Oh, okay. So if he was, then he is a beta male?
So if he was messing around with Stormy Daniels, was it? I mean, that's not right. If he's married, he's a married man, and if that were the case, I don't believe it to be true, but if that were to be the case, that wouldn't be right. But I don't know if it makes him just a complete beta male. I mean, people do stupid things, and when I look at him, I see him as a real guy, and I see him as a tough, strong guy. I don't look at him like a beta male.
Well, I guess like pretty girls are his weakness, huh?
I don't know. What are you getting at?
Well, you know, why was he messing around with all these beautiful women? These models, actresses. Seems like he jumps around from them a lot.
So
he
you
has taste.
So you don't like Trump?
No, I ain't saying I like Trump. I was just asking y'all because I know y'all always pushing Trump and stuff like that.
I see.
I don't know. I just wanted to shake it up a little bit.
Oh, okay, that's fine. No, that's fine. If you're genuinely asking the question, it just kind of seemed like, I don't know if you were trying to get to something, but you're asking if Trump is a genuine guy because he does this type of stuff. What is your question exactly?
Oh, my question exactly is he a beta male?
Oh, no, I mean, just because he does, let's just say he were to make the mistake. I don't believe it to be true, but let's just say he were to do these things. I don't judge that. Yeah, he shouldn't do it. I judge based off of the character of the person, like from what I can see, right? I don't know Trump. I'm not around him. But I like the way he handles situations. I like the way he goes about it. And yes, I would criticize, meaning like, let's just say if he were to do that, I would be like, oh, okay, well, that's not proper. You're married, you're representing the country and all that stuff. But I also wouldn't judge him because people make mistakes. People do things they shouldn't do. And you don't know what you would do if you were in this situation with the money he has and the influence and all this stuff. So I just try not to be quick to judge the people based off of things that they do, but more so
absolutely.
Their character.
Yeah, I'm not better than anyone, you know. So.
Yeah. Well, right on, Dennis. I appreciate the questions and the takes on it. How'd you hear about the show?
Oh, I've been watching like Jesse Lee Peterson for a while and stuff like that, and he always talking about Joel Friday. He black, you know, and ever since, you know what I mean. He been talking about you. I said, you know, give him a call and see what it's all about because I know, you know, you try and get your show to grow. Right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You know, I know you. You know, I think you're doing a good job. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to call in and say what's up. I hope you get where you was going. When you trying to do music or something?
No, I mean I'm just doing. I do a little bit of different things, but right now I'm just doing the podcast. But I appreciate the call, Dennis. Call me again. I got some other calls I got to get to, but thank you, man.
All right, peace.
All right. Right on. Cool. Let's move the calls. I only got an hour with you guys, so let's move the calls. Let me see. Let me go to Brian out of North Carolina. Hold on. Brian, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Thanks, Joel. How you doing?
How's it going, Brian?
It's going well, man. How's it going with you?
All is well. Can't complain.
Nice. I was listening to the show, and then I pulled my phone out, and now I'm watching it. And that T-shirt you got on is a Schmedium, brother. That thing is an extra Schmedium.
The one I got on right now?
Yes, sir.
I know. If I get any more weight, that's it. It's a wrap, huh?
That's it, man. It's gonna turn into a bra.
Right. You might be right.
Well, Lord, hopefully you'll do that. But listen, man, you said you mentioned that during your monologue about the situation on the Massey shooting. You mentioned that there was no way the cops would have been hurt by the water that she had in the pot. And I was just curious, how are you so sure of that?
Not that they wouldn't have been hurt. I just don't think it would have did the damage that people think it would have done because, for one, for her to fling that much water at the distance that the cops were, it wouldn't have soaked their whole body or got into their eyeballs. Like, they were far away. He pulled out his gun, and she was on the other side of the counter, and I was like 20 feet away. So she would have to really like chuck this water to even hit him. And at that point, if he turns his head, it's not burning him enough to where he can't defend himself. So I don't know. It seems weird to me.
it seems weird that you could come to me, it seems weird that you could come to a conclusion that, well, you just said that people say, oh, it would have did all this damage. My question to that is how much damage needs to be done before you take action? But that's just another.
But what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, how much damage do you think that she could have done if he didn't pull the gun?
I don't think it matters how much. I don't think how much damage matters.
Okay.
I think that the fact that she's trying to do damage is the problem.
Do you think it's justifiable for him to shoot her?
Well, this is what I'll say to that, Joel. I think that people call the police because things are out of their hands, and when the police show up, most people who call the police when things are out of their hands are wanting the police to help them.
Yeah.
Now, in this case, she was not helping the officers help her. In fact, it appeared to be that she was making it rather difficult. Yeah. Now, whatever ulterior motive she may or may not have had, that's all a bunch of mess that we know nothing about, which ties in with all the water, whether she could have thrown it or hurt them. That's all besides the point. For me, the point of the matter is that people don't know how to act. And when you call the police, the authorities are there. And once the authorities are there, either you're helping them to assist you, or you're following orders so that they can rectify whatever the situation is. And she just wasn't doing that, and she didn't make it any better. And I'll say this, I've had people attempt to assault me with things like a knife, for example. And I think to myself, if I had a gun and somebody was 20 yards away from me, but they decided with the knife that they were going to pick it up, am I going to wait until they get super close to me before I take action? No, I'm going to take action, whether they would have nicked me or stabbed me to death.
So should she have? So in your opinion, should she have been shot for the boiling water?
I don't think that's a fair question.
What do you mean?
I don't think it should be about whether she should have been shot or not. I think that she put herself in a position to where
is it her fault that she got shot?
100%.
So do you think that she should have been? But how is that not a fair question that she should be shot for her situation? Because you think that she put herself in that situation. So you give your opinion on that. Why do you now want to give your opinion on whether or not the officer should have shot her?
Because I don't think it's a matter of opinion. Officers have a duty to uphold, right? And at the same time, they have to protect themselves. Now, they don't know what's in and out about that. So officers have immunity, naturally to an extent because they have to protect themselves. They're there to protect other people.
I agree.
In the same breath, they were protecting her. He raised his, in my opinion, I don't know his motives or whatever.
Yeah.
But he raised his gun because he saw a threat. Right?
Yeah.
And in that heat of that moment, something happened and he neutralized the threat. Now, if she hadn't made herself a threat, none of that would have happened.
I agree with you when you say about her behavior, right? It was unnecessary. I'm 100% on board with you on that. But let me ask really quick, when it comes to her behavior, was she right or wrong for the way she, in your opinion, right? Right or wrong for the way she acted?
What do you mean by the way she acted?
Like the way that she went about the situation, was that proper or not?
It was irrational.
Okay.
It made no sense.
Okay, and was the officer who shot the gun, was that rational or irrational?
Rational.
Okay, fair enough. I totally disagree, and I'm not quite sure how, but that's just your opinion, and I guess that we could be seeing it from different ways, different beliefs, all kind of different stuff. But I appreciate it, Brian. I don't know what else to say about it.
It's funny to me how people can call for help, and then when the help gets there, they don't want to obey the help.
Right,
they don't want to listen to the help.
Well, I agree with you. That she was off. And she was like fidgety, and she was like doing things that she shouldn't do, that was her right. I just don't think that it's justifiable that he had to use that type of force on this lady. For one, he pulled his gun before she even lifted her the pot, which he may have thought he had a reason, whatever, but it just escalated quickly after he reacted to her comments. So
what just for fun, what force do you think he should have used?
Like the caller said before, and this is my opinion, I could be wrong because I'm not a cop and I wasn't in that situation, but in my opinion, I think that for one, he could have stepped away even further, put the thing down. If she's still not listening, he can pull out the taser, and do different ways like that, opposed to shoot headshot for some boiling water. It just ain't adding up.
Amazing. Amazing, Joel. You know water flies, right? You could throw water.
But what
and
about water? Like, we're talking about water here. Water is not that dangerous. What since when?
Boiling water?
Why all of a sudden now water is so so he can't move out the way of boiling water?
Boiling water has always been dangerous.
You can't dodge boiling water?
Yeah, it's flying.
It's flying, so but it's flying, and when you move out the way, it follows you?
Oh, my God. Joel, this is turning into an irrational conversation.
Wait, but let me ask. If she throws boiling water, the skinny lady throws boiling water, and it's thrown at you, if he moves, is the boiling water going to follow him?
That's a dumb question.
Well, that's what you're acting like, because boiling water is not that
No,
much
I'm not
of a
acting
threat.
like that. If she would have thrown the water at him, right, she would have got shot by the other officer.
No, but boiling water does not move at the speed of light. He could have. It's not a bullet. He could have moved out the way, and at that point, then they tase her or whatever the case is. But to shoot her in the head, it just seems a little bit aggressive to me. But I appreciate it, Brian. I'm not cutting you off. I'm just the lines are full here, so I got to keep it moving.
I wish you well. Thanks for taking my call.
I appreciate it, Brian. Thank you. You as well. I got to move the calls, y'all, because I'm looking at the time here. But Lord have mercy. Since when is boiling water that big of a threat? From 20 feet away. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me keep it going. Sorry, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about this the whole show, but I'm going with the flow of God. At least I hope it's God. Sorry, Terry. The rest of you guys, if you don't want to hear me keep talking about it. Jasmine says Joel thinks he's the Flash. Come on. If you that slow, you shouldn't be a cop. If you getting hit by boiling water from 20 feet, you need to be fired. Because you too fat to move, to dodge the water. Y'all saw Pootie Tang dodge the bullet. You seen Neo dodge the bullet. And you can't dodge some water. Come on, Brian. Okay, let me go to Marty out of Memphis, Tennessee. Marty, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Man, thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, no problem.
Definitely loving the show today.
Right on.
Keep up the good work. Listen, I definitely agree with you on the on your take. I believe that, not taking anything away from officers, they do a great job. We need police officers. We thank God that they serve every day. But at the same time, I think police officers, they go in gun-ho, like every situation, like they have to solve the problem. Like you said, like when detectives, they assert a situation and then they're able to step away to be like, okay, what's going on here? But officers like, no, we got to do it now. Let's do it now. And like in my job, I do real estate, so I know like when I'm dealing with crazy people or people that's not like all there. And if you look at that video, you can tell like, man, something's wrong with that woman. Let me step away because mentally, like she's not all there. So not going to stay on the call, but man, I just definitely agree with you. And like I said, not taking anything away from police officers, but anybody could have known, like, man, something's wrong with that woman. So keep up the good work.
Wait, so really quick, let me ask you, Marty, because I'm not quite sure what side are you taking. or if you're taking a side, are you saying that this should have happened? The cops should have shot her, or justified by it, or not?
No, I don't think the police should have shot her because,
Okay.
like you said, boiling. If you get hit with boiling water, yes, your skin will burn. Yes, you could, possibly get third-degree burn or whatever. But you're not going to lose your life.
Yeah.
I don't think it's justified for you to take someone's life with boiling water. But like I said, I'm not taking away anything from the officer. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think he should have shot her, but I don't think, at the same time, it's a tough situation, but I don't think he should have shot her. So, but like I said, I'm not downplaying officers.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
what they do every day. So
Yeah, and it's tough, and they deal with some crazy stuff that does make an average person or anybody on edge or be extra aware, and they should be extra cautious because they deal with crazy things. So I understand the point you're making, but I appreciate it. Marty, call me again, man.
yes, sir. God bless.
All right. I don't take nothing away from the cops either. That's not what I'm saying at all. But we have to also know that cops can. By the way, the standard, I think it was Krishan that said it. The standards for cops to be a cop is also not that high either. I see some crazy looking cops, and not to say that they wouldn't be able to handle business in the time it comes, but I see some crazy looking cops. You know what I mean? And mind you, when I was doing the cop process, it was weird. I had the psychologist looked homosexual. The dude that was doing the psychological test on me, testing me, he looked homosexual. I don't know that to be for sure, because I didn't ask him, like, are you homosexual? But he looked like feminine. So that's already kind of weird. Like, how are you giving me a psychological test right now? And then the lady who interviewed me was a lady. So these things are like, it's not totally taboo that you're going to hire cops that are not typically necessarily fit to do their job. And plus, they're also human beings. So they also make mistakes, or they have emotions, or they overreact and all this stuff. So there's cops that aren't fit either. Dang, lines are going crazy. I appreciate it. Everybody want to talk about Sonya. I told you I was only trying to talk about it for a little bit, and you guys want to call in. I appreciate it, though. Let's keep it moving. Let me go to Zenny out of Canada. Zenny, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Yo, what up, brother?
How's it going, Zenny?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
All is well.
Nice. So the topic at hand, right, the shooting. I definitely agree with you. I don't think it was justified because, the water, and he said steaming water. He didn't say boiling. That's one thing I picked out. He didn't say,
interesting.
Back off from that boiling water. He said back off from that steaming water. So it wasn't actively boiling.
Interesting. Right? Interesting point.
So that's one thing you got to take in. So that takes a little bit away from the deadliness of this water. But the thing is the last caller, he just seems kind of angry, about what happened, and just these cops keep on getting Derek Chauvin and stuff like that. And they go into these situations, they're just trying to help, and these black people acting a fool, and then the cop ends up in jail for life, right? I mean, it can be a frustrating situation when you're looking at it from the outside.
Yeah.
But in this case, it's just okay, well, as a white cop, you now have to be very, very careful about shooting people, which is sad to say because it affects the whole policing, right? And this is why the whole BLM movement is so detrimental to the justice system in the world, but the United States in particular.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in the situation, it's just okay, I bet this cop, because I know he's going to have to, in his mind, defend it. Because he's going to have to find a way to defend it to get himself out of it.
Exactly.
But I know inside he's
man, I wish I would have just backed up.
Yeah.
If I would have just backed up and then just if she threw the water, it splashed on the floor, it gets on my shoes. Okay, then I put the gun away and whip out my billy club and go to town.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, like,
and then put her in jail, and then it's just like, okay, you're going to jail for almost for assaulting a police officer, but now you're not in jail.
Right.
So I'm sure he himself wishes that he did not shoot her. You know,
right? Because and you make great points, Zenny, because in the grand scheme of things, we do know that there is an attack on the cops and white cops at that, and we know that to be true. But and with that in mind, it shouldn't affect how a cop does his job. But you don't want to be out here proving points. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
and just
you want to be wild westing it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to just be over here on the edge, just at any point ready to.
He whipped out his gun so quick when he got rebuked too. That's something else I want to talk about. Is that when she rebuked him, he definitely something in him got triggered.
Right.
And it's just like the demons in people triggering each other and causing people to become angry, go into sin, and then what is the wages of sin? Death.
He escalated, and a great point, Zenny, too, is that he escalated the situation. He's supposed to be the man and supposed to be the law. And he escalated the situation when she made a remark. And that's not how a police officer should be handling a situation. He overreacted, it seemed like. He started cussing when she said the name of G, you know what I mean? It's like,
it's like it's not even that bad. Like getting rebuked, like come on, that should not trigger you that much. Like, it's not she's like saying, "I'm going to throw this water on you." In the name of Jesus. But she's just like, "I rebuke you." And you're right. He got so angry. He's like, "I'll shoot you in your." I think he said, "I'll shoot you in your fucking head." Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you can't.
Sorry, bro. But I'm just repeating what he said. Yeah. But I'll shoot you in your effing head, right? So he did swear.
Right. It escalated. It went from it because. She shouldn't have. Let's just say she shouldn't have said it, but he took it from 0 to 100 in that one comment. You know what I mean? So we've all
seen people say way worse things to cops, like in interactions, like threatening cops, like that they're gonna punch them or they want to fight them or stuff like that. Like, we've all seen that.
Right, and it's just comments, and then on top of it, there's this lady that doesn't look strong, and I'm not saying that we should take it easy on a person that doesn't look physically whatever, but still, it's like for you to take it that extreme because she said that, it's just weird to me. It's off-putting to me, but I appreciate it. Is there any last comments before I move the calls here?
No, I'll say God bless you in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, brother.
Right on. You as well, brother. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
All right, man. Have a good one. Peace.
All right. Amazing stuff. Man. Let me keep moving the calls. Lord, the calls going crazy. Let me go to Jaime out of Minnesota. Jaime, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, how's it going, Joel?
All is well. Jaime, how are you?
Oh, really good. I looked at the crime statistics of Springfield, Illinois, and Springfield, Illinois has 116% the national average of crime. So what that means is those cops are always on alert, Okay. They're always getting called for this and that. Crime is rampant in that area. So that's probably one of the reasons that cop was so on edge.
On edge.
And then...
You think it was justifiable?
So what I'm saying is that's a part of it. Like here where I live, rural Minnesota, it's like Mayberry out here. The worst thing that happens is somebody's dogs get loose. All right, the cops are not on edge over here.
Yeah.
You take that cop, that Sean Grayson over here, you put him over here, ain't nothing gonna happen. Now, something is evil over there in Springfield, Illinois. It's the people, the cops, and everything. So, I believe that both of those people were possessed, by hatred, anger in their hearts.
Yeah, I agree to that. I agree to that.
Is being propagated by their government, by their schools, by all that. A real man would not have gone 0 to 100, right?
Right.
The old boy, Sean Grayson, he was wrong. He shouldn't have done that. But if you look at that video, the slow frame of that woman when she's about to throw it,
yeah,
she looks like the devil's coming right out of her face. You know? She had a demented look on her face. So I don't think it had anything to do with, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. The devil will say, Jesus' name. It ain't no thing.
Well, fair point.
I think, go ahead.
No, I'll say fair points. Fair points on that. I can't disagree. I can't tell if there is a demon face, but I've seen a demon face on a human before, so it's very possible.
And demons will say, Jesus' name. That ain't no problem. But it's demons fighting demons over there.
That's
and
the point.
Just remember, over here in my old town, stuff like that don't happen. A cop is much more calmer out here in my streets, in these streets.
Yeah.
But over there, Springfield, Illinois, hotbed.
They're probably they're probably on alert at all times.
Anybody, even me, I'm going to have my head on a swivel if I'm over there.
Yeah.
And if somebody comes to step at me, black, white, Hispanic, or otherwise, in the middle of the street, wanting to get $1 from me or something, before he even gets to me, I'm going to be like ready to swing. Not anything wrong with that. It's just that's a bad area. Bad things are going to happen there.
The point is that you're going to be more aware and more alert about these situations in those bad areas. I appreciate it, Jaime, and call me again, man. I got to move the calls. Thank you, brother.
Have a good day. Bye.
All right. Calls are going crazy, but I'm out of time, y'all. I'm going to take first time caller really quick, and then I got to end the show. Hate to do it, but I got to do it, y'all. I got to do it. What's his name? Geronimo is a first time caller out of California. By the way, Serge, call me tomorrow because I try to put priority anyway. First time caller Geronimo out of California. Go ahead, Geronimo.
Hey, what's happening, man? That was my question. They keep using this term on us, but we're not African. We're indigenous people. We're Aborigines. Even the great Malcolm X even exposed this when he came back from Europe. But this term was used on us back in the 1870s. They tried it with Frederick Douglass. And
what term? What term is it?
African American. We're not Africans. We're indigenous people. We're Aborigines. We're Aboriginal. And this word was coined by the government, and then they used it again with a Sambo by the name of Jesse Jackson, and he used it. And anyone knows what a Sambo is. It's just a traitor or a Benedict Arnold. So
what's your point about it?
With some other woman, and they brought it up and voted into Congress, and the masses of our people said no.
Well, what's your point about it really quick before I end the show?
My point is that this needs to be put out there that those who are talking about African American, that's an insult. I've been all over Africa. Even the Africans know we ain't Africans.
Right.
I mean, like Malcolm X pointed out, we ain't Africans. We Aboriginals. We Aborigines. We're indigenous. Just like if you call a Mexican a Spaniard, that's an insult. He's just speaking the language of a Spaniard.
I understand.
He's no Spaniard. He's an indigenous person.
I don't agree with the whole African thing. I don't.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not an African.
I know, but really quick. I don't agree with the African thing. I call myself black or American or mixed, whatever I am. But
I don't
I'm trying
call
to
myself
understand
none of those terms like black.
Geronimo,
all that. That's a term. We're brown people, man. We're many colors.
Really quick, I'm trying to understand the point of why you're bringing it up right now, though. Just help me understand.
Man, it's education. Ignorance is slavery, and knowledge is the truth, man. You got to free yourself. And you have to start freeing yourself. And if you are so-called Latino or whatever you want to call yourself, which don't exist, Hispanic, all those words, those made-up words, if you want to keep doving into that ignorant world, then you better find out who you really are, man, because you're lost if you call yourself these things.
I appreciate it, Geronimo. Thanks for your call, man. Call me again.
All right. You take care.
Don't quite understand what was going on with there, but I get his point. I ain't no African American, so I get his point, but it didn't make sense with the topic or why he was telling me about it. I don't know. Anyway, I gotta end, y'all. I appreciate you guys calling in. Sorry, callers, I couldn't get to you, all of you guys. I am back here tomorrow, Thursday, and we will talk about whatever you want. You know what I mean? And Serge, call me tomorrow. I'll get to. Serge was on the line for a long time, y'all. Serge, call me tomorrow. I will get to your call. I just couldn't get to that topic today because it wasn't on topic with the subject. So call me tomorrow, Serge. I gotta end, y'all. Appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all that good stuff. I'm out of time. Make sure you catch American Anchor Baby at 4 p.m. today, Pacific time. American Anchor Baby. Nick, he got a great show, so make sure you catch his show on American Anchor Baby YouTube channel at 4 p.m. Pacific time, and he's on the Punchy TV network. All right. Until next time, y'all, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace, love, and chicken grease and all that other stuff. Bye.